What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the RHPDpodcast. Podcast. Not a podcast, it's a podcast. Your camera got blurry, like literally just right now. There we go.
There we go.
I know we're a couple minutes late, but guess what? Nobody cares. We're still going to do this doggone thing. Let's hit that intro and get on into it, I guess.
Let's do her. All right, guys. Welcome in. My name is JT Dallas.
I'm Voodoo.
And welcome into Racehail Pracedale podcast. We talk about everything in relation to the world of NASCAR. We start this off. We started a new thing since the season started. You got any small talk this week?
Well, other than my cousin getting married this past weekend and having my daughter's birthday party the day after, I did buy a couple of diecasts that came in over the weekend. That's pretty cool.
Heck yeah.
Obviously Jim Johnson diecasts, because what else would I collect?
Not like me.
Two of them from 2002-2003 season. Well, two different seasons. One's 2002, one's 2003. Anyways, the regular old Looney Tunes car and the SpongeBob car. Grab them real quick.
And show them off.
So the old goody Looney Tunes car.
Nice.
Still in packaging. Pretty nice.
You see, mine's not. Mine's just the big one. Here you go.
Well, once I get more shelves, they're coming out of the packaging. And then the old SpongeBob. This one's not in packaging. The windows are kind of messed up, but I mean, super cheap on eBay. You say?
Where I find most of my stuff. I have the 118 of the Looney Tunes car. And it's not faded, that's just my camera. But I promise.
I don't remember if I had my shelves up prior to the last podcast or not.
I've never noticed the cockpit is actually fleshed out. Like I can see the steering wheel and the seat with the nitrous tank, and shows how much I paid attention to it. I've had it for years. What is going on, Braden? VIP in the chat. Welcome in, guy.
Welcome in to the chat.
Yes, sir.
I don't know.
The chizzle. I've had a busy week. Just a lot of family things going on. Like I said before, we had a funeral, and everything went good. Well, as good as it could be. But you know how all that goes. I unfortunately haven't bought anything NASCAR. In a hot minute.
Well, I got another pre-order coming up as soon as I see it come available. So.
Is it your S-Cube scheme?
Very possible. I don't want to give away too much for the end of the show.
I know, I'm not either. I was just asking. I know you guys, if it'll ever... Richard Petty's, I think I showed this last week. Richard Petty's Son of a Gun cleaner. I've got the whole set. So.
Nice.
Yes, sir. Well.
What kind of excuse is that, Braden? Nobody around here supports their own family. You got to support the podcast first, man. Family schmamly.
Right. But.
Anywho's, I know we started late. Not to just overcast it, but hopefully all those people that got hit by tornadoes and stuff are not gonna struggle too much and gonna be able to get back up on their feet pretty quickly. So
yeah,
quite a few people that passed away, unfortunately. But.
Yeah, I think there was 30 fatalities. I think is what I've read.
It was a big number. I think there was something like 200 tornado warnings across the country within that.
Yeah,
like,
we were in a tornado warning all of Friday and Saturday, but all we had was really high winds.
Tornado watch and tornado warning are two different things.
I know.
I was in a tornado watch.
I was in a tornado warning.
Well, that usually means they're on the ground
But,
somewhere.
for the first time in my life, I was also in a wildfire area. So that was different.
You went to California?
Felt like it. We were driving down the road this weekend, and it looked like we were driving straight into the gates of hell because like there's fire on both sides of the road, smoke everywhere. It was awful. I think what they say so far, like 10 houses have burned completely down. Yeah, and that's just in this one area. Crazy. Yeah, it's been a crazy week. So sorry I haven't posted on like anything last week, or I've just been super busy. Like you can ask Voodoo over here. I didn't even play any games with him hardly at all last week.
I didn't even play up that many games this past week, period. So
that's fair. I haven't been home, but hopefully everything gets back to normal.
Yeah. Now, we don't have any more videos, like shorts getting put out for the Wrap It Up collab we did. But I'm thinking maybe a day next week we can just go ahead and post the full video on YouTube.
Definitely.
It's been almost 2 months since we've done it, it feels like.
It feels like 2 years, but hey.
I don't know about that long.
Anyway.
We're only at 122 subscribers, so we still need more people to hit that button for us.
Sir, so if you guys are watching and have not subscribed, please subscribe and give us, keep us building. We are steadily building. It's crazy to think we've been doing this almost a year. Over a year. And we have 122 people subbed to us, so thank you guys so much for subbing. But without further ado, are you ready to jump into some NASCAR?
Let's hit that post-race breakdown.
All right. I'll let you get started with some not so good news.
Penalties. Not really all that many. A pair of Xfinity Cup. Or not Xfinity Cup. It must be Monday. Xfinity Series penalties. A pair of them going to Joe Gibbs Racing for some improperly secured lug nuts. Just $5,000 a piece. But nothing like what's going to come to those Cup cars from this weekend that lost their wheels on track. Yeah, buddy.
I wonder if Kyle Busch will get it, because I mean he hit the wall really hard before his wheel come off. So
we're gonna find out.
We are going to find out
real soon. Probably tomorrow.
Yeah, probably. But besides those couple of $5,000 easy paydays for NASCAR, well, there's nothing really much else as far as penalties. So we can go ahead and talk about the Ego Save 200. I about said the wrong race. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about, the trucks race this weekend.
Yeah,
and
we had all three series on track this weekend.
Yeah, it was pretty nice. I got to watch some of the trucks. I didn't get to watch the whole race. I didn't get to watch Xfinity, but I did get to watch Cup yesterday. So. That was
I made sure to watch Cup, even though it was at my daughter's birthday party.
My family already knows. For my youngest daughter's birthday, we did when she turned 2. I think it was Too Fast, and we did a NASCAR themed birthday, and it was in perfect sync with no, it might have been her first birthday because it wasn't last championship, but her birthday party was on the championship day, so we had a TV going with the championship race on. So Yes, sir. But anyway, Corey Day in that number 7 truck got the pole. There were no DNQs because they had enough trucks and no extras. There's only a couple of trucks that went to the rear for unapproved adjustments, and they are the 02 of Nathan Bird and the 34 of Lane Riggs.
Womp, womp, womp.
Yes, sir.
I'm just gonna make the sounds myself. Forget making a soundboard. Stage 1 went to Mr. Ty Majeski in the 98. Swap that 9 for a 1, which is 8 difference, and keep the 8. And Tyler Ankrum took stage 2. That was way too complicated for me trying to get some news across. But you know what? We're gonna stick with it. Tyler Ankrum in the 18 got stage 2. And then your top 5 in the trucks, Mr. Corey Heim in the number 11 got his victory locked in and a spot in the playoffs. The number 9 of Grant Aimfinger came in second. Tanner Gray in the 15 came in third. And then rounding out your top 5 would be the 98 of Ty Majeski and the 34 of Lane Riggs. Not too shabby considering he had to go to the back to start the race.
Right. In 6th was Stuart Friesen in the 52. Raja Kruth was behind him in the 71 truck. Chandler Smith come behind Raja in the 38 in 8th position. 9th was Matt Crafton in the 88. And your 10th position was Tyler Ankrum in that number 18 truck.
Not as confusing as what I put up.
We do have some honorable mentions.
Yes.
Justin Haley ran the 07 truck. He finished 11th. And this podcast main girl, Tony Breidinger, in the number 5 truck, finished 21st. And in the not so middle, Frankie Muniz finished in 24th on the 33 truck.
At least he wasn't last.
He was not last.
He definitely was not in the middle either. Xfinity fastest lap for the truck series goes to Mr. Ty Majeski in the 98, not the 88. I got it wrong in the notes. That happened all the way in the beginning of the race on lap 7, a 30.26. I want you to pay attention to something about these fastest lap times as we go through them.
Okay.
It would be quite significant when we get to the other ones. Remember, 30.26 is trucks.
Gotcha.
Post-race tech, no issues.
Sweet.
It is official. Move
Yes,
it on up to the Laguna Xfinity Series.
Yes, sir. And, it's never a NASCAR race without talking about a little thing called...
Here comes the money.
Oh, you want to talk about the money for the Xfinity Series, but you didn't want to mention the little chump change for the Truck Series, huh?
No, that's not worth mentioning.
Who won $782,900? That's for
right.
the trucks, by the way.
That's for the trucks. The Xfinity is a little bit higher with $1,651,939. I'd be happy if you gave me the last 2 digits. That would make my day.
Yep.
Give me $39.
Dude, I'll take the $9 at this point.
You ain't lying, brother. Sammy Smith in that number 8 car got the pole, and there were no one failed to qualify. That's what I'm trying to say. But there were a few people to the rear for unapproved adjustments. That was the 20 of Brandon Jones, the 26 of Dean Thompson, and Leland Honeyman in the 70.
Yes, sir. You got your stage winners. Stage 1 went to Mr. Justin Allgaier in that number 7. And then number 19 of Eric Almirola took that stage 2 win.
Yes, sir. And of course, Junior Motorsports is real happy because that number 7 of Justin Allgaier went on to win the race, followed by Eric Amarola in the 19. Jesse Love followed close behind in the 2. Fourth position was Austin Hill in the 21, and 41 of Sam Mayer was in 5th.
Yeah, look at that Haas factory team. Got 2 cars in the top 10 there.
Yes, sir.
Continuing your top 10, in 6th place will be number 20 of Brandon Jones, followed up by the number 39 of Ryan Sieg, and 7th, Mr. I used to be a cup racer Harrison Burton, in 8th in that number 25 mobile. And then rounding out your top 10 will be the 88 of Connor Zilic and the 00 of Sheldon Creed. And we got a couple of honorable mentions on Zisa One too. We got merch for both of these guys. In 16th place, you got the number 99 of Matt DiBenedetto. And in 18th, you got the number 42 of Fast Pasta. Anthony Alfredo.
Oh, goodness. The Xfinity fastest lap was Connor Zilic on lap 100. And remember that number from earlier we talked about in trucks? What was it? It was Ty Majeski ran 30.26 in a truck. Well, the cool thing is the Xfinity fastest lap for the Xfinity series went to Connor Zilic, like I said, on lap 100. And he ran 30.266.
So just 6 1,000ths slower.
Yep.
Which is kind of crazy. So the trucks made the fastest lap around so far. Let's see what the Cup guys
it
did.
Is a little weird. Post-race tech, there was no issues. Williams, Almirola, Thompson, and Zilic cars all had 1 loose lug nut.
Yep, so that means they got a money fine coming to them.
Yes, sure.
Moving on to the Pennzoil 400. The purse is the same as it's been for every Cup race except for Daytona. 11,055,250.
I was about to say, man, they really did some major cutbacks. 11,000.
Yeah, that lawsuit really screwed them over. Spire Motorsports got their first Cup Series pole this weekend. Not Michael McDowell's first pole though, but that organization is happening. Happy. Nobody
They'd be happier if they were winning.
Nobody technically DNQ'd, but you did have 4 cars to the rear. Somebody's favorite driver, number 20, Christopher Bell. Number 35, the 35 of Riley Herbst, the 42 of John Hunter Nemechek, and the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. So all 4 of those guys went to the back.
You said we did not have a DNQ, but we technically did. Just
but he's a charter driver, so he's guaranteed a spot.
Mr. Orion Blaney took that rear spot because he did not qualify.
Decided to wreck his car or some crap. I don't know. Who knows?
But Austin Cindric in that number 2 machine won stage 1, and Kyle Larson,
good portion of the race.
Yeah, I was kind of glad to see when he didn't win. Sorry guys, if you guys don't know, I don't really care for Austin Cindric. It's not a Penske thing. I like Blaney just fine, but the other 2 drivers,
like Logano either.
I said the other 2 drivers, they can spin out every race, and I would feel perfectly okay.
I'm sure they would get cut if they spun every
race. Anyway, Kyle Larson in that number 5 took stage 2, so I bet you were happy, Braden. So if I remember right, he's a Kyle Larson fan.
I believe so. Yeah. He may have had to dip out already, though.
Yeah. That's all right.
Watch his brother play baseball.
Yeah.
Not making fun.
Yeah. We're making fun of our audience. We're trying to build them, not run them away.
Right.
All right. So, of course, you guys, if you watched it, know that Josh Berry broke a 52 race winless streak. If only Corey LaJoy could say that, but he can't.
Not even starting anymore.
Yeah, I know. But he took that Wood Brothers machine to victory lane and had one of the lamest winning. I don't even know what you'd call it. He just basically drove around in a circle and not in a cool way. I was very disappointed with him winning. That's all I'm going to say.
Suck it up. He won. You didn't. No 4 in a row for you. Woo! Christopher Bell is not as good as Jimmy Johnson. So,
Sir, don't put words in my mouth. I not once said he was as good as Jimmy Johnson.
No, but they kept bringing up the fact that Jimmy Johnson was the last person to win 4 in a row.
I understand. I'm just saying. I'm a Johnson fan before I'm a Chris Bell fan.
Well, it's a good thing Jimmy's still number 1. Christopher Bell's
right.
still like number 75 or something.
But I just wish he would have like celebrated more, like burn the tires off the car, do something. You know what I mean?
You know what's funny? Jimmy Johnson is actually in 36th place in points, so that means he's beating one charter team that has raced every single week.
That's depressing.
Not for Jimmy.
Not for Jimmy. He ain't last, boy. That's funny. He did have a good finish in the Daytona.
There's third.
Oh.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Just sucks you can't get the doggone car.
You're all right. That does suck. That's a nice looking car.
Yeah, it was.
Anyway,
not as good as
Daniel
John Hunter even checked
coming. I really hope they do produce that one because I will have to put that.
They did the Guns N' Roses and they did
Creed.
Although technically when we pre-ordered the Creed, it wasn't.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, it is on there. It's on there.
I'm going to say mine's right here. We can take a look at this real quick.
Mine right there.
Yeah, it's on there
already.
You guys probably can't see it.
Right behind the door number.
Yeah. Oh, it's also right there. I was looking at the C post. But
that gives me high hopes that they'll produce it.
Yeah. They also did a falling in reverse car as well.
True.
I hope they produce it. I gotta fix my display. Okay. Sorry, guys. But I really do hope that they. But Daniel Suarez coming second in that 99 machine with Ryan Preece hot on his heels in the 60. Fourth place was William Byron, and fifth was Ross Chastain. Austin Cindric. Oh, sorry. I was going to cover it all. Go ahead.
I was going to say, who would think that Ryan Preece would wind up being the most consistent driver at RFK?
Right.
Anywho, before you steal my thunder, in sixth place, your favorite driver, Mr. Austin Cindric, in that 2.
Oh, yeah.
Alex Bowman finished in 7th again this week after finishing 7th last week. AJ Allmendinger in the 16 came in 8th. Kyle Larson 9th in the number 5 mobile. And then Chase Elliott got his second 10th place finish in a row by finishing 10th in this race. So Hendrick Motorsports decided to finish 7th and 10th both last week and this week with the same exact drivers.
Oh, Willie B's in 4th.
Yeah, but I'm saying 7th and 10th. Like Alex Bowman and Chase Elliott both finished 7th and 10th.
No, I get what you're saying now. Okay. I'm on it now, I think.
I mean, you only got like 2.5 brain cells up there, but it's okay.
That's fair. This week has been rough, bro.
Yeah.
But you want to cover the fastest lap since I tried to steal your thunder?
Yeah, I guess so. Xfinity fastest lap on this one. The Cup cars actually did go faster than Xfinity and trucks. On lap 202, Mr. Tyler Reddick in that 45 Mobile hit a 29.194. So a little bit over a second faster than the rest of the series that ran this weekend. And then post-race tech, everybody was cool, but Chastain, Cindric, Bell, and Byron all had their cars go back to have their engines broke down and looked at it a little bit closer. See what comes of that. Probably nothing.
That one I don't know. Let's talk about our rookies. Can I switch rookies?
Can't have mine, sorry.
Oh man. So for those of you who don't know, at the beginning of the season, Voodoo and I ran and picked rookies. Since there's two, we got one. We picked one. And of course, mine got wrecked out. For the past 3 weeks, it feels like every time I look at him. Yeah, every time I look at his thing at the end of a race, it's like, oh, he wrecked on lap 180, lap 70. Terrible.
Well, I picked good on my fantasy league this week around.
I know you did.
I beat everybody.
I know. Haley was upset about it. She's like, my one and only goal is to beat Mark.
I beat everybody. I even beat Trash Can this week.
Well, I know. He just had an off week. I guess he got the wrong playbook this week.
I think I'm up to third now in the league, so that's pretty cool. Went from like 6th or 7th up to 3rd.
I think I'm 5th. I'm doing so hot, which I forgot to set my drivers at 1 week. So, but I had Chris Bell in there and he won, so I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway.
My rookie, Mr. Riley Herbst, at his 5th start, still has no wins, no top 10s, no poles. Started 34th, moved up to a whopping 19th spot. And he's 27th in points with 79 points.
What a loser.
Right.
SVG was my rookie. He started this race in 28th and finished in 34th because, of course, he got wrecked out. He's currently in 31st in point standings with 72 points. But he does have a top 10, whereas Riley Herbst does not. So
yeah,
at least I'm winning on one front.
I'm higher in the points, so that's all that matters.
Oh, man. Speaking of drivers, you ready to switch on over to RHPD Motorsports? All right. So at the beginning of the season, we also picked 2 drivers apiece to make up RHPD Motorsports, which is a fantasy team where we'll add all the points up between all the drivers, and at the end of the season, we'll see where our team stands. I'll let you go first.
All right. So, Mr. Carson Hocevar, this update. I don't think it updated him.
Yeah, my Christopher Bell updated.
I don't know why it updated. Oh, Carson Hocevar is not updated on the graphic. His starts are, but he started in 25th, finished in 30th. But he is sitting in 22nd with 92 points. Mr. Tyler Reddick actually scored himself a pole this season. He started in 14th, finished in 24th, and sitting in 3rd place in points with 159.
Mr. Cole Custer in the 55. He started 26th and stayed there the entire time. He's currently sitting 35th in points with 47. And my boy, Christopher Bell, started 13th and finished 12th. Just having an off day, apparently.
Just saying,
he's currently second.
Your Cole Custer there is only 1 spot in points ahead of Jimmy Johnson.
He's still ahead, baby. Oh, man. But currently, Christopher Bell is sitting second with 178 points.
Yep, so still, he's got 3 wins on the season, but he's on 2nd place. But that's because Mr. Willie B has been crazy.
That Daytona killed him.
Well, Willie B's has been running great every single race.
Yeah, Willie B's been consistent.
He has been for sure.
I just hope Christopher Bell's his I'm trying to think of the word. Good luck, not necessarily good luck, but we'll go with good luck. Keeps up because I would love to see him actually get a championship this year.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Okay. Thanks. You make me feel so good about it.
I'm hoping that the driver that I picked for my preseason rankings that you did not pick, I can say that I whooped your behind.
As long as Logano or Cindric doesn't get it, I'm okay.
It's not going to be Logano. It's an odd year. So
Well, as long as he doesn't get it next year, I'll be okay too.
a possibility then.
But anywho,
ready for trackside trends?
Let's go.
Alrighty, we do have some NASCAR news this week.
We do. Go ahead. I'll let you take it.
First things first, Carl Edwards is back, but not as a driver. He will be an analyst on the Prime Video 5-race Cup schedule there. So pretty cool. We'll get to see him again.
Good to see him at least on TV, hear his thoughts and stuff.
Yep.
Not bad. Not bad. NASCAR has also changed the open exemption provisional to where if it is granted, there will be 41 cars on the field. No more that if the driver qualifies, then there's 40. But if the driver doesn't, so basically, there's always going to be 41 cars if the divisionals.
Yep. And that what they said in addition to that is like if a team applies for that provisional, doesn't matter where they qualify at, they're still not getting any of the money.
So it's kind of a catch-22 if you don't think you're going to get it and you qualify for the provisional, you go ahead and fill out for it. But if you do think you have a good chance of qualifying in, you probably don't want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But a different piece of NASCAR news that you missed. Mr. AJ Allmendinger has been added to the West Coast Stock Car Motorsports Hall of Fame Tuesday of last week. Go for him.
Heck yeah. Pretty awesome. It's not quite the NASCAR Hall of Fame, but hey.
Right. One step closer.
One step closer. All right, let's talk a little bit about some team changes. Overplay is set to sponsor multiple drivers over the next. Overplay is set to sponsor multiple drivers over multiple series, including Ty Majeski in trucks for Charlotte and the Charlotte Roval, Austin Green in Xfinity for Las Vegas, Darlington, Talladega, Charlotte, Mexico, Atlanta, Watkins Glen, Charlotte Roval. And Charlotte Roval. I'm sorry. Then they're going to be sponsoring Todd Gilliland in Cup for Charlotte.
So at Charlotte, you're going to have 3 different cars and 3 different series with the overplay.
Yeah.
I should have added the screen or the scheme of this one, but I failed.
What a loser.
Right.
Anywho.
Next we got somebody returning that we ain't heard his name in a while, other than on our SQ.
Very true.
With that being said, we got Mr. Casey Mears coming back in that number 66 car for Martinsville. Coming up here in a little while. As you can see, you got Hitchco as a sponsor of that 66. Not a bad looking scheme, if I do say so myself.
No.
Pretty cool.
I still would prefer him in the National Guard car, but hey.
Hey, beggars
I
can't be
guess I
choosers.
can keep. I know, right? Oh my lord, my notes just shut down. That's cool.
Good job.
Yeah, I know. Now I gotta find him again.
While he's looking for him, we can go ahead and move on up to Race Day Horizon.
Here we go. We got him. All right, let's start Friday, March 14th.
Wrong.
21st. We're going to Homestead, boys. The place of the original championship, where it should rightfully be.
I was about to say the home of the good championship.
So at 3:35 p.m., truck practice and qualifying will be on FS2. And at 8 p.m., the truck race, the Baptist Health 200, will be on Fox. The first stage will be 30 laps. The second stage will be 30 laps. And the last stage will be 74, making a total of 134 laps.
Yes, sir. You know, something that was interesting about this week and last week between Las Vegas and Homestead, it seems like their stages are the exact same.
I know, I couldn't felt that too.
Didn't have to change them. But moving on to Saturday, March 22nd. Got that date corrected in the notes now. 10:30 a.m. You got your Xfinity practice and qualifying on the CW app. And then at 1:05 p.m., you got your ZUP. Supposed to be kept practice and qualifying, but I put XUP in the notes. Yeah, whatever. I'll be on Prime. 3:30 p.m. On the CW, you got NASCAR Countdown, which gets you ready for. Oh, I didn't change the time on the graphic. It's actually 4 p.m. for the Xfinity Hard Rock Bet 300 on the CW. First and second stages are both 45 laps, and the last stage is 110 laps, which gives you a total of 200 Laparuskis.
That's a lot of circles, boys. Speaking of fun circles, on
Sunday! Hang on, baby Jesus, this is gonna get bumpy.
On Sunday, starting at 1:30 p.m., NASCAR Race Day starts on FS1. And the Cup race follows at 3 p.m. The Straight Talk 400 will be on FS1. The first stage is 80 laps. The second stage is 85 laps. And the last stage is 102 laps, giving you a grand total of 267 laps. That's a lot of circles.
Don't sue me. I had a couple of things wrong on the graphic, but I'm human, I say. Anywho's, I had some stuff wrong on the graphic.
Oh, okay. Well, hang on. I gotta take this.
Entry list. This is.
Hello.
Hey, I'm doing a podcast. Fair warning, we'll be
Okay.
giving you a fair noise warning. Please the tire to wash them on the river.
Okay.
And then I'll have stuff. But I think Mom's trying to get them to the car. I'm sure we're struggling getting them to the car.
Let me go ahead and mute him for a second. I don't think he realized he didn't mute himself. Anyways. Entry list for the trucks. We got 34 trucks. I can still hear him, but y'all can't. It's hilarious. Oh, man.
Did that really not mute?
It didn't.
What the heck? Is this? I see what's wrong. It's got my head on instead of my it's got my headset on instead of my microphone. That should be better.
It's hilarious. It was like he kept talking for a minute, and I was like, "You gonna mute? No, all right, I'll mute him." Anyways,
Well, I muted my mic, but I guess
that's no good when you're not using the mic. Jeez.
yeah, I know. I didn't realize that it was going through my earbuds, which now my earbuds sound like 10 times better since it stopped reading my mic, so I guess I'm good.
Right. So your entry list for the trucks. This is for the third time. You got 34
Sorry.
trucks, a couple of notable guys. You got Mr. Kyle Larson and the number 07. Number 1, Mr. Brandon Jones. The number 7 will be Mr. Corey Day. And the number 44, a melon man himself, Mr. Ross Chastain.
Yes, sir. Moving on to Xfinity, there will be one DNQ because they're running 39 cars. The 17 of Kyle Larson and the 24 of Corey Heim. Corey Heim's definitely going home.
Think it's going to be him? I mean, it
I
could be
think so.
anybody in the Xfinity series. It's not necessarily those two guys.
Oh, true. I forgot the Xfinity series isn't chartered.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But speaking of Xfinity series, the Dash for Cash will take place here at Homestead next weekend. Allgaier, Love, Hill, and Mayer will be the 4 drivers going for that extra money. And Boxing Norre will be in the 19 instead of Amarola. So the 19 not going to be part of that.
Yes, sir. There will also be 37 cars in the Cup Series race. And that is the extra car is the 44 of JJ Yaley.
We'll see what sponsor he brings to the track this week because there was nothing listed on the entry list.
Gotcha. We shall see. All right. So, speaking of sponsors, we've got some new sponsors for, it says Las Vegas, but I think you mean Homestead.
You know what? I'm only human.
I mean, I can't say nothing. You're the one that writes the notes, so.
It doesn't say Las Vegas.
Oh, you're right. It doesn't. It says Homestead. But
You want to get them glasses
starting with
looked at.
I know, right? Starting with Kylie Bush, got the Bank Ozark. I'm assuming that's what that means. It's OZK. I'm assuming it's Bank of the Ozarks.
I think it's just Bank OZK.
I think so.
I think the scheme was revealed for this one, but I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it's going to be like a mostly black with a little bit of red going on. Pretty sure it's just Bank OZK.
Nice. Man, I don't even know why they put a new. This is a new sponsor.
Well, it's just a sponsor we haven't seen yet this season. It's not technically a new sponsor for them.
Okay, that makes sense. Because we're going to Ryan Blaney's Dent Wizard, and I know we've
Probably
seen
gonna be that
at
blue
least
and white.
1,000 times. Yep, it's a Penske scheme. You've seen it once, you've seen it 1,000 times. Except for this, I feel like wasn't Logano's scheme different this week?
Slightly, but that's because it was the Pennzoil race.
Yeah, the platinum one. I liked it. It looked.
It was only because it was Pennzoil 400 that it was different.
Yeah,
They did the same thing last season.
that's fair. But then we actually have this scheme. I think is what this means for Bubba's Columbia Sportswear. I like this scheme a lot.
Some fishy
I'm
scales.
gonna have to order this.
This picture isn't gonna do it justice. I feel like that pink that's on there is
I feel like it.
like
I feel like when this
like
thing gets on track, it's gonna be awesome.
yeah, like when Bowman's got on track in Nashville.
Oh yeah.
Pink pop texture. I think we're gonna see
Yes,
something
sir.
same here.
Oh, I'm ready. What? Yeah.
Alright. So I'll let you do one more. Be half and half.
Do not touch it. All right. Sorry, I've got all kind of craziness going on around me.
Unacceptable. Told you family is not first around here.
I know, right? Anyway, next is Cole Custer and his Autodesk / Haas tooling. Then we've got
it'll be
another
slightly
scheme.
different, but not
Yeah,
drastically different.
I got a feeling it's like the QT cars where it's just like the logo on the back of the car or something.
Probably.
But we also have another 23XI scheme. We've got Tyler Reddick in his Jordan brand car. Ooh, come look at this car real quick. Eh. What? I'm sorry, my wife's trying to talk to me.
As you can see, it's a Jordan brand
Why
car.
is he not there?
Where?
I'm so confused. I don't like this.
Yeah, so I like this car. I like both the 23XI are going to be awesome.
You're talking about that one?
Alright, enough radio silence there. Get back to the action. Ricky Styles Jr. is going to have a new sponsor on his 47 car. Not have a scheme yet for this one, but it's going to be the Better BETR March Madness car. We'll see how that works out for him. And then Mr. Alex Bowman's going to have a different scheme this week. He's going to have the Ally Unrivaled League car.
Okay.
I think is a different women's basketball type league, I think.
Kids can play with them.
And then SVG in the 88 is going to have a jockey scheme.
Not
Pretty
me.
cool.
I said big guy.
I hope it's like the one we had last season where it just looks like they're in their underwear.
Either that one or the jockey outdoors one. See what,
Or the American flag one was awesome too.
Yeah.
So, but speaking of schemes, are you ready to switch on over to our S Cubed? Whee! S Cubed is brought to you by HappyHourRacing.com, a place where you can go to get all your NASCAR and F1 needs. They have some cool shirts, hats, coins, diecast, great stuff. You should go check them out. And when you do go check them out and inevitably buy something, use code RHPD to support the podcast. It's no extra cost to you, but it helps us out.
Exactly what he said. So, with that being said, I get the scheme from this past weekend, and can you guess which one I'm going with?
Tell me why. Hey,
I want it that way.
extra back, baby.
For those puns. Anyways, if you don't know my favorite music, I would have to say Backstreet Boys is probably my number one music taste.
Oh.
So if you don't like it and you want to make fun of me, go ahead. I don't care. It'll just give us some extra views.
Right. I agree.
42.
I loved it. I love this car, and I think it was great. I'm really looking forward to the diecast.
I'm gonna say I have to prove. My wife has no choice.
Oh, yeah, yep, you and me both.
It started in 30th, made his way up into the top 15 at one point, but ultimately finished in 20th.
Yeah, so another top 20 for the Legacy group. So they're doing a lot better than they did last year.
Much better. Not that it took very much.
That is true, but I'm going to take my wins where I can take them. So,
Well, they haven't got wins yet, so.
I'm waiting. Hopefully. Dega. I'm putting John Hunter on my Dega list.
Yeah, I can see that.
So,
As long as the Toyotas don't take themselves out again.
yes, sir. So for my older scheme, I chose one scheme that's not old hardly at all. I went with the 2024 Brad Keselowski Coke 600 car. And the cool thing about getting these newer cars is you know exactly what they did throughout the race. He started 30th, all the way back there in 30th. And he in stage 1, he finished 8th. Stage 2, he finished 5th. At the end of the race, he finished 2nd, leading 1 lap. So it was a good race for Brad. comparatively to like, to his races recently.
Do you think he could have got a little bit further ahead there instead of second and taking that win if it hadn't got rain shortened?
I do. I really do. I think he would have had it instead of OC Bell.
That would have been great for RHPD Motorsports last season.
It would have. But I do like this car a lot. It is one of my favorite cars that come out of last season. Not my complete favorite, but one of them. It's just, of course, it's patriotic, so that already wins extra. But it's not like Denny Hamlin's patriotic. That's kind of like stupid with plain white and stuff. It looked really good on track. And it had a mirrored number. Oh, so nice. So, I'm a big kid and like pretty shiny things.
Yeah.
And this definitely was one of the prettiest and shiniest.
This is a pretty car.
So
I'll definitely give you that one.
Then he didn't do bad on that race. That was one of his better races. So
Didn't do bad at all.
But that does it for this video, or for this episode, is what I meant to say, of Race Hail, Praise Dale. Do you have anything you'd like to add?
I just noticed that the live on air clock is now exact with our time instead of an hour ahead like it's supposed to be.
I didn't even notice that, so
Just now noticed.
whoops. Oh well.
I'm gonna get ready to change that for next stream. Make sure that you, like we said before, hit that subscribe button.
Yes,
I don't know why
sir.
it's not popping up.
Follow us on TikTok and Facebook and X, all our socials. Follow us on our socials. Be sure to like and subscribe. And get us up to 150. That's like our shorter goal. 150 would be awesome.
Indeed, it would.
I think that's all I've got. Yes. So, is it your turn to read us out, or is it mine?
It doesn't mind, but I'm trying to. Go the right way? No, that went the wrong way, didn't it? Go that way. There we go. Now it's fixed. That fixing stuff on the fly at the end of the episode because it makes no difference. Make sure you go grab some of our merch if you haven't already.
Yes, sir.
Grab some merch off of Happy Hour Racing as well.
Scratch out.
Other than that, I think that's all I got. Go ahead and read us out, I guess. You did the old scheme. It's my turn to read us out and send us off to the moon. Not really. That's Elon's job. I'll just send you home away from here. So.
Get out of my house.
You ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here. We're crossing the line of another Raise Hail Praisedale episode. Until next time, may your tracks be clear and your victories many. Good night, race fans.